Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the BCL Summer Cup 2021, powered by Enter. We'll welcome you today to the match of Imagine versus Legacy, a European and American all-star team against a full Brazilian lineup. And I have to say, I'm excited. I think we've got some great talent on both teams. I've seen great performance by all players on both teams so far, and I'm really looking forward to what they're going to be doing in this match right here.
And hello, everyone. This is Gascro. Hello, Hunter. Hello, Stream. It's good to be back. Casting some Battlefield 4 with Battlefield Conquest League, powered by Enter. And we are right now just waiting for the maps to be selected. Is that right, Hunter?
Yes, I believe so. The team captains should be getting into the veto any moment now.
Oh.
And I'm excited as to what maps they're going to pick. I really hope Legacy will let Imagine play on Dawnbreaker, because I'll be looking forward to that very, very much. Any map that you're particularly interested in?
Oh, I love to see maps with some good vehicle dynamics. Dawnbreaker, as an example, could be a really interesting one. As some of you know, the mobile AA is allowed in Dawnbreaker for this 8v8. And so you will now get some interesting dynamics with the attack kilo and the mobile AA. And Hunter, I mean, how do you think that's gonna turn out? I mean, is it gonna be we gotta focus on one of those vehicles no matter what, or are we gonna see some perhaps different tactics employed by each team?
So far, from what I've seen, vehicles can still be very dominant, but maps that I particularly like, which are Parasol and Dawnbreaker, have gotten a nice rebalance for this season, since people are allowed to use the mobile AA on Dawnbreaker, and since infantry has gotten so good and the meta on Parasol has shifted more towards the infantry combat than the vehicles. Those maps I think are going to be very great, and we mixed it up with Hammerhead, a DLC map that's not been played in BCL very much or at all, I believe.
No, Hammerhead is one of the later DLC maps, and one you don't see nearly as often. But it's good to see some of the newer maps, relatively speaking, And so it sounds like Hunter, we're going to the round overview right now. Let's get right into it.
Yes, sir.
So here we are, guys. This is the overview. Round 3. We're
Yes,
going to be
sir.
casting Imagine versus Legacy. Hunter, we're clearly. I mean, this is going to be an interesting one. Brazil versus the US EU All Star team. But what other rounds you think are worth mentioning here?
Well, very interesting this week. All teams decided to play this evening. So we'll be updating you as we go. We've got the Dalton Freak spectating and keeping track of all the other matches. And we're going to be seeing who's moving on to the next round. Everything will be decided tonight. I'm looking forward to the results of ESF against Team Breakdown. ESF's infantry, very strong. A lot of the Zoomer infantry players, as I would call them, against Breakdown with a very strong vehicle lineup. Very, very strong vehicle lineup. It's gonna be interesting to see how that works out. Will the AEK beat the boat? That's always the question with those teams. Other than that, I think the games are relatively tame. Nothing too crazy. VN against Imperial, Exodus against Prototype could be interesting to see what happens there. Maybe Prototype can hit can get themselves out of a little bit of a slump that they've experienced so far. I like me a good underdog story. But that's it for me. What about you?
Well, so I'm most familiar with Legacy, of all the teams here, and so always like to see one of the more longer lasting Battlefield esports teams still active and still bringing their best to it. I'll also mention that of these are all best of 2 in terms of the of this current round, and so each team will be selecting maps they want to play and maps that they want to veto, and we're going to experience that right now with a Imagine vs. Legacy, and what they're doing that right now. Is that right?
Yes, sir. I hope we're gonna get the results of the map veto any moment now, and
that all makes sense. And so we are, as we wait for that map lineup to be, we'll most certainly see perhaps certain maps that some of the teams don't want to play. If you were to think about Legacy, what maps do you think they're going to veto just because it's not a strong suite for them?
I'm unsure about Legacy's Attack Heli crew. I have to be honest. I think they could hold their own. I wouldn't say an Attack Heli map would be a incredibly difficult fight for them, but I could see them play it safe. But if I was Legacy, I might want to prove a point here, because this is the European American stacked team. They've got a lot of the best talent in competitive Battlefield 4 on their lineup. If I wanted to prove a point, I'd pick the more difficult maps, the ones where could be a bit of a fight, a bit of a struggle. But if you do come out on top, that sets a very interesting precedent for the rest of the season.
It does. That would be a courageous, if not maybe a bit haphazard choice. But it looks like we're going to go to the interview right now, and so let's check that out.
All right, guys, thanks for sending it over here. I got a really awesome guest here. This is going to be Vincera that I'm going to be talking with, and we're going to be figuring out what he has in store for us today in this interview. But first of all, Vincera, how you doing? Are you feeling good today?
I'm feeling good today. Ready for this interview, and nice to be talking to you again. How are you doing?
Yeah. Oh, dude, I'm great. I'm fantastic. I mean, I'm here talking to one of the best Battlefield players that have ever existed. And, you're going to grace me with your words. So, I mean, why wouldn't I be happy?
Sounds good.
Right.
Sounds good.
Absolutely, it is. So, first of all, who is this Vincera guy? Because you haven't always been Vincera.
Exactly. That's a good point. So I've actually changed my name to Vincera just earlier this year. Like most people will probably still know me under Johannes, or some even under Vihannes. So I wanted to change nicknames for quite some years, and now, like with my new position at EA, I actually had a real reason to do it. So that's how it came out. This Vincera guy.
All right, awesome stuff. Yeah, at first I was casting you guys. I think it was back in a level match, and I was like Vincera, and then somebody mentioned, I was like, yeah, that's Johannes. I was like, oh crap, I didn't even know. But it's awesome to be back, because if you guys don't know, myself and Vincera, we have gone way back in Battlefield 4 in terms of me casting him in his matches. So it's awesome to see back in action and playing. So speaking of our history, you played in a lot of the ESL 1 series, and you also played in several of the ESL 8v8s and some of the BCL Cups back in the day. But talking about ESL 1, going on to LAN, what was it like to play Battlefield on LAN?
Oh man, Battlefield on LAN is like a night and day difference compared to online. It's not even compared to anything else. I guess Hardline and Battle 1, they're still kind of fine to play online versus LAN, but especially Battle 4, it is such an insane difference, especially hit rate wise, that some of your shots are simply not connecting online. And I know the SLA did a lot of work in 2015, as you remember, and we had a 10 hertz tick rate from the start. So online, there are still, even with the best changes what they did, there are so many things that can go wrong, and that you cannot kill someone, you get killed behind walls. It is pretty annoying. But on LAN, it really feels like the game is intended, the game plays like how it's intended to be played. Just perfectly.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah, and you cannot even like overpeak. You cannot make the slightest of mistakes because you die super quick, and you also kill in turn like super quick. It's complete different playstyle, and of course, like added on the pressure on top of it, it is not comparable to online at all. And I wish we would be able to see more Battlelands, but well, let's see in the future maybe.
Hopefully, man, we all got our fingers crossed. That is for sure, and I'd absolutely love to be there casting you guys as well. But you know, that was back in the 5v5 that you were doing. We didn't really see any at all. I don't think, at least for the North Americas and Europe, for 8v8 cups on land. Oh, well, there was, I think, one or two of them that I remember being cast, but not a whole lot. But how was the transition going from 5v5 going over here to 8v8?
I mean, it's still a pretty similar game. The main difference is simply like the added players and the Conquest game mode. So coming from a 5-5 background that you are simply not used to playing against vehicles, that is the biggest change. But for me personally, for example, since I've still been playing public at the time, a lot of Conquest, I was maybe like in a different position than a lot of the other like hardcore 5-5 players, so to speak, because most of them like simply did not want to have anything to do with vehicles, claimed they're super overpowered and it's completely unfair when you get killed by a helicopter that you can't do anything against, which makes sense to be fair. But yeah,
it can be frustrating, I know for sure, but I think overall the depth of 8v8 is a lot more exciting than what we saw in 5v5. At the very least, when the domination days were there. Now, when Squad Obliteration came out, it was obviously a lot more exciting, and we had a little bit more on the strategy side of things. It felt like than what we did previously, but you know, that is like, you know, hopefully something that we can change in the next game, you know, being able to have some of those tools that were mentioned before, depending on how it works and how much access we really have with it. Hopefully we can bring some really good 5v5 and 8v8 modes to play here in BCL. That I know would absolutely excite me.
I'm sure there will be both. Like so many opportunities with Battlefield Portal in the future that hasn't even really been talked about yet. But
Yep.
I think like the biggest fear it's gonna be of us splitting the competitive community. So we really need to make sure that we bring the right rules and the right game modes even that need to be played as like the main competitive game modes. Otherwise, if you're gonna have like basically not only like 5v5 and 8v8, but we're gonna have like 20 different scenarios, for example, that will be played.
Yeah. Well, you know, let's move on to the match and basically what teams that we're going to be playing here against. So it is going to be you guys, Imagine versus Legacy, teams that have clashed before. You guys have obviously played each other many, many times in scrims, but also in league matches. Now, the last league match that you guys had, the official match in a Level GG event, you guys actually lost against Legacy. What was the reason why you lost?
Yeah, that was a difficult match last week. 2 weeks ago by now then. I mean, to go into it again, the server, like talking about like the LAN and online differences, of course, when you play against people from South America, Brazil, you will have to play on a server that is not favorable to any of us. So to play with that like online ping difference was quite difficult in that match in particular. We really struggled in that regards. Of course, no excuses. We still lost fair and square and they played really well. It's just that, yeah, if you're not used to it necessarily playing as much on like those like high ping servers, it can be quite a disadvantage, and a lot of stuff can go wrong. But hey, they played well, and yeah, we switched servers to their regards. We played and lost Paracel on the last map, which we simply have not played ever before, and that was the first time we've actually played it. We have not played in scrims, and we put like Kalsagi and Heap in the boat. Oh no, Combo Brain was actually standing in for us. Like we had to stand in too. So yeah, like some stuff was simply not figured out, and we were not prepared to really play Parasilver.
All right. So you know, you've identified maybe what some of the problems happened. Obviously, server issues or just server positions in the world is not going to be something that you can really control all that much. It's kind of like you said, you know, you just kind of have to find the best one for everybody and then play in that. But what has to happen in this match for you guys to be able to take the win?
I mean, I just say we need to show up. It's nothing special that we need to do. I don't think we need some very special game plan for us to accomplish winning against them. On paper, I'm confident in saying that we are the better team and we should be winning. So everyone needs to show up. That is like the main factor for us winning, and other than that, I'm pretty confident that we should be able to come out of a win here.
So with that said, I mean, is there anything that you guys do specifically to prepare for these guys? Anything at all?
I mean, it's better to focus on your own gameplay. So I would say it's not necessarily about preparing against a specific opponent and like counter anti-threating them, but rather of like focus on your own play style and how to play together as a team. So you always have to work on the team play and the communication that is the same against every single team.
Yeah.
So in specific preparation, I would say no, but obviously we have been scrimming and we have been trying to improve our game, and let's see if we can bring them surprises.
All right. Well, talking about maybe some surprises that are going to be coming on out, what maps do you want to play these guys on, and what maps are you wanting to avoid?
Oh, well. It is also like a difficult question. First of all, for example, we are not totally 100% sure if we're gonna play with our Scout Heli pilot, Noxby, since he has some other like real life obligation, possibly. So that will probably depend a lot on the map decisions. Other than that, I would say we are pretty confident playing against them on every single map. Parasol was like a one-off. We can ban that one, so I don't think we would like to play that one. Other than that, personally as an infantry player, I would prefer that one, but I know we have like really strong vehicle players. Obviously, like Kalzagi in the tank is simply level above everyone else. Noxby in the scout helicopter is also not to be underestimated, and I think with that combination, we can beat them on every single map.
All right, awesome. So that's some pretty good confidence coming out of you, man. I like that. I like to hear that.
I mean-
Especially when you're just saying, hey, we just got to play our game. We can. There's maybe a couple of maps that we're maybe a little wishy-washy on, but for the most part, just play like how we know how to do it, and we're going to be able to take the win.
Yeah, I mean, you need the confidence. If you play on a competitive level, if you do not have the confidence in your own self and in your own team to win a game against no matter what opponent, then you've already lost from the start. So you always need to make sure that you actually believe in yourself, and yeah, that confidence is important.
Yeah, it's a good point. Good point. So, who is the favorite, obviously, team out of these two? I mean, I think you're going to be weighted towards Imagine, but if you were to look on the outside, just looking in, right, from our past matches that we've already seen, because we've already had 2 BCL days that we have played, who do you think is going to be the favorite?
I mean, obviously, like both Legacy and us stand on the top of the scoreboard on the leaderboards right now. It is pretty clear, I would say, that Legacy and us are like the top teams, including NAFU, I would say, in this league. So it's gonna be a tough match, regardless. From the outside, I would say it's like still like the most balanced match, and Legacy can give us like the most, the biggest run for our money, so to speak, because we lost against them in the past, and they have a unique playstyle in that sense, especially combining the server issues that can come into play. It's not gonna be too easy. But I would still say, like, Imagine us should be favored to win this.
All right, awesome stuff. Well, guys, we appreciate you tuning in here for this interview. We got one more left. We're going to be sending over to Dalton as he's going to be talking to Pipo off of Legacy and seeing what they have to say.
All right, see you guys.
All right, thank you, Brett. And we'll now head into the interview with Pipo. So the first question, Pipo, like, who are you? I obviously know you. Like, we haven't really spoken much, but we've met and we've encountered each other a couple of times. But like, for the people who don't know, who are you?
Okay, so I'm the Scout Heli guy. I've been playing this game since I think 2015. I think I played it a lot on Xbox 360. Started playing with Scouts, and then I bought a graphics card just because I wanted to play Scout on Dawnbreaker. That was actually the thing I wanted the most, was to play Scout Heli on Dawnbreaker. And we don't get Conquest Large on Xbox, so I had to come to PC. And it's where all the good guys are at, right? It's PC. So I started playing only on pubs, and then I met a friend that taught me how to use a different settings and a different CFG, and I started playing with that, and I started to do really good. People started to notice me. I started to play comp with friends at the start, but then with like most experienced teams and that kind of stuff. And I got a lot into it. I was still pretty young. I had, I think, 15 or 16 years. 16 years old, and then I had a lot of fun playing comp. Ended up playing by Uran, I think, for most of the time that I did really well. And then I went to Synthic, played for Synthic with Captain Planets for a few months too, and had a really good time playing comp with those guys.
Right, nice. Yeah, you're obviously very well known for being one of the best, if not the best, 1v1 pilot. But also in 8v8, I consider you one of the best pilots as well. And
Yeah,
then, yeah, go ahead.
I'm not that experienced on 8v8, even though I played it for a long time. I've been a second pilot for a long time, especially with when I played on Simtic with Joyce, but I learned a lot from him. And now I'm starting to I learned a lot the last year playing comp against the very good teams we have right now, and I think I'm a much better pilot right now than I was like 1 year ago.
Yeah, definitely. And then another question, like, how is the SA scene, like Brazil, that side of the world, like, how is the scene there at the moment?
Like right now, the SA scene is more focused on fives. To be honest, squad obliteration, that kind of stuff. We have like 4 or 5 very good teams on fives, and we don't really get much attention to 8v8s right now, I think. Even though we have Legacy, which is a huge team, and we're competing against the best on Europe and North America too. I think we could get a little more attention. The decision Brunel made from about leaving Legacy and coming up with Imperial was pretty good for the South America scene, because we now have some competition, and he's our very good friend, and we get to practice a lot and starting to get their team better and improving our team as well.
Nice. Yeah, definitely. I think Legacy is probably top 3 at the moment. And then with that question, we can immediately go to the match-related questions, which is the last official match against Team Imagine you've won, like in the Level Cup. That was a Night Cup. Do you know why you've won? Is there like any particular reason?
I think we probably wanted it more that day. Like we were preparing to play an actual day cup to play all day against a bunch of teams, and most of the teams didn't show up. We only had 3 teams that day, so we played Just Lost, which was a kind of quick game. We won with a huge margin of tickets, and then we played Imagine on 3 very good maps of ours, which is Avad, where the infantry is kind of king, and Hainan, and then Paracel. Even though we won Avad, we still ended up losing Hainan by a huge amount of tickets. But on Paracel, I think we just wanted it more than they did.
All right.
We hadn't beat them until there.
Yeah, that was very nice to watch as well. And what has to happen to your team and to your guys right now so that you can win the match tonight?
I think we gotta give out our best to actually beat them. Imagine is a very strong team, very good leadership, and they play as a whole. I think that's what's really important. Flag rotation on their side is impeccable, and we need to match that level of gameplay to beat them.
Yeah, seems reasonable. And then how did you prepare for your opponent as a team?
We have taken, like, we noticed that we were kind of lost when watching our match against them on the maps we lost, and we had to organize ourselves, like define more specific roles, because Imagine brought a whole different level to Battlefield 4 8v8s. I think they're playing on a different level right now. That's why it looks so better than the other teams, I think, in my opinion. And we need to match that level. And if we win more than they do, I think we can win.
I certainly think you can do. And then which maps do you think will be played out of the veto?
I think Downbreaker could be played. Hammerhead is a map that always shows up, I think. And I'm hoping for Shanghai.
Yeah, Siege would be very interesting to see. You versus Noxp would be very interesting. But
Would be a nice rally.
I think all those 3 maps that you said were, I think I can see them happening, and I think the people would love to watch them as well. They're very interesting. Then who do you think is the favorite of tonight? Like in the eye of the public, is it Legacy or Imagine?
I think tonight's favorite is still is Imagine, because about what they have been doing on the last months, I think they're still the favorite. But we're gonna show otherwise.
Yeah, and I hope you guys do and provide us with a good match. All right, thank you guys. That's it, and we'll go back to the casters.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're just now getting the results of the map veto. The players are trickling into the arena, and I'm excited. So, looking forward to this.
I'm excited as well. We're back from the interviews and from the break. Hello, chat. I see some familiar names in there. See Dalton Freak. Hello, Dalton Freak. It's been a while. And we're about to actually see the results of the map vetoes. So here are the possible maps. And so are we gonna look at this right now? Are we gonna figure out what it is?
I
Let's see
believe
it.
so.
Oh, so Rogue is a veto. Is that right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. What do we got next?
Oh,
Hammerhead's a
imagine.
veto.
Oh, interesting. They do have Santa in the tank. I wonder why they chose to veto Hammerhead first.
Well,
That's
Hammerhead has the unique 21.2 tank, the hover tank, right? Yeah.
Yes.
And so I like seeing that. You know, it's sort of an old throwback. But what else we got in terms of vetoes? We got Han Resort is a no-go. Okay.
Highland is
Okay.
gone. No Scout Heli dominated map. Parasol gone as well. I did not expect that.
Okay, so we're getting close. And so Zavid is in. Is it going to be Siege or Dawnbreaker for the last one? I'm unsure.
Dawnbreaker it is.
Dawnbreaker it is. Fantastic. I'm glad to hear that. That's it's going to be a fun one.
I like that a lot. I really do. I would have loved to see a Scout Heli map for Legacy, but I can't say I'm disappointed. Zavod, great infantry map. It's going to be very interesting to see Santa hopefully carry Imagine to a victory there, because I don't think they have the infantry power to take on the South American team. Right there, I think Legacy is going to be very powerful in that map.
Most certainly. And I also feel good about myself because I might have the Dawnbreaker map behind me. It means that I guessed right. No, I didn't have any knowledge beyond that, but a good choice regardless. So we are now with the two maps known. We're going to be getting into this. We're going to get in the server. Imagine versus Legacy. You got the US EU All-Star team on Imagine versus Legacy, a known, well-known team from South America. This is going to be cool. Let's go to the Imagine lineup and see who we got. So we got. Should we just go down the list? Is that what we're doing?
I think we can do that. Starting with the team captain, the person who got this slightly overpowered project together, which would be Heeb, an Attackily pilot. Let's say interesting individual, known in the community by now. Very competent in the attack helicopter as a pilot, and I hope we'll get to see some of that on Dawnbreaker.
That's right. We also got Noxp, we got Kalzagi, we got Nickel, we got Sunny, we have Terex, Vincera, and finally Jug.
Yes, sir.
A cool lineup. Now, question though, we saw that you had different soldiers there. Is that is that literally the class they're going to play, or is that just kind of
it'll be interesting to see. We've had some people pull out the sniper class.
Okay.
I would love to see some shenanigans here, but I think both teams are going to try to squeeze out a victory in this one. Both of these teams, all of the players on them are known to be trying very hard. So I always love me some shenanigans. I like to see some funny things, and I hope I get to see some C4 quads, maybe a transport helicopter roadkill or two on Zavad, and then yeah.
Did we get an opportunity to talk about Legacy? I mean, we got. It was on the list just on the screen just for a bit ago, but we got Peepo, we got Douglas, we got Infernus, we got Loq, we got Lord, Giro, Jolly, Arse, Fejo, John, Thunder Black, Whiskey. I'm missing one, and Siren.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Team put together, I believe, through collective effort in the South American scene. Some of the greatest players. I have great respect for Peepo. He's always been a force to be reckoned with in 1v1s and 8v8s. He acted very humble, but when I went up against him in 8v8s, it was always a struggle. The man and his ping are definitely something you need to watch out for.
Oh. Using it to his advantage, perhaps?
I wouldn't say he purposefully uses it to his advantage. It's just God's gift to him, and he definitely makes good use of his skills. That's for sure.
Certainly makes sense. And then on Zavad, let's talk about the specifics. You got one main battle tank, you got one transport helicopter, and while there is a mobile artillery that spawns on B, can't use it. Don't do it. Don't pick that mobile artillery up.
Nope, not even allowed to spawn on it. That's very
it.
important. That'll get you in big trouble with the rule book. We've seen people time and time again accidentally clicking on that mobile artillery. It is a very conveniently placed vehicle there, but no, not allowed to do that.
Not allowed. And so we are waiting for all the players to get in. We'll be doing Dawnbreaker first. Is that right? Oh, we're doing Zavad first. I apologize. We are doing Zavad first. We're just waiting for all the players to get in the server, and then we will be switching up to Zavad, and we're going to get going thereafter.
Yes, sir.
We talked about Zavad. Do you want to talk about Dawnbreaker now, or do we want to keep on, or do we want to talk about that after the fact?
I think we'll do that when the teams taking a short little break after this match, because I think Zavad could get quite dragged out. I think the infantry on Legacy I could definitely see get the upper hand. But I really do believe in my main man, Kalzagi, in the tank. He is it is an incredible experience. If you ever get to meet this guy in a game, public or competitive, jump in his tank, just sit in the gunner seat and watch. Enjoy his driving. It is incredible. I am time and time again impressed by how silky smooth he is in that big hunking piece of metal, a 100-ton battle tank. This man drives it like he's snowboarding. It is magnificent. So
Well, yeah,
I think
and I'll
this
tell
could
you,
take a while.
the for vehicle players, the ones that know how to maneuver even blind, like move around the map, without having to see anything, like it's a huge. I mean, it's a huge skill to have, and being able to navigate in terrains like Zavad, where you got a lot of buildings and you have a lot of obstacles. You know that map and navigate around it. Boy, you can hit those shots. It only takes one or two extra. Then that gives you the advantage. So this is going to be an exciting kind of gameplay for Zava in that respect. Two
Yes, sir.
MVPs. And
I'm
we got the
looking
chat. Hello,
forward
chat.
to. Yes, sir. I'm looking forward to seeing what the teams will do with the transport helicopters. That is always a very interesting meta. The roof control is incredibly important because if you have too many people on the roof, your infantry is going to struggle in the flags, but you're going to be able to lock that tank down. And
Yeah.
I don't know how much Legacy is going to respect Imagine's tank, but I would definitely recommend some defense up there. And the transport helicopter is generally a great target for some SRAs. I hope we're gonna get to see some nice shots from both teams, and yeah, I'm very much looking forward to that.
That all makes sense to me. And Peepa says, "I'm literally the Jeep driver on Jumanji. Is this I have not seen any of the new Jumanjis, so I hope that's a compliment. It probably is not. Probably is not a compliment.
Oh,
But
you're looking mighty fine. I hope so.
I look like a dapper fellow. Hopefully, it's
Yes, sir.
something good.
I believe
But,
it's the beard and the shirt.
oh,
I can
yeah,
I can see it. I've
Yeah,
only
well,
seen a trailer, but I believe I know what people's talking about.
Nice. And so Zavod is an interesting one in that the infantry can be up on the rooftop if they want to be. It's really good to be up there if you want to do anti vehicle kind of roles. But on B point you can actually capture from both the main level and from the lower levels. And so you got to make a choice if you want to put them in one place or another, those infantry, and be able to rotate accordingly. Now we don't have any spawn beacons allowed. You can spawn on any of our players, not just spawn on squad leader. Correct? Is that right, Hunter? Am I got this right?
Yes, sir. You can spawn on anyone you like, and that's always, especially on infantry-heavy maps, that's always something the teams have to manage because you can only get 5 people into a squad, and if you want to get on those back flags and you want to rotate, you're gonna have to manage those squads wisely. Because I've seen many a team lose their spawns, and then you have a full squad on a flag. People are trying to rotate, and everybody just dies. I'm looking forward to seeing how it plays out on Zavod right here. I believe the teams are finally assembling in the server. I
That's good to hear.
see 14 people. I see 14 people out of 16 in the server.
We're getting close.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
Getting real close. And so once we jump in, we will go right into that live round. We're doing 2 rounds. It's not best of 3 rounds. It's just 2 rounds. And whoever gets the most points at the end in aggregate will be declared the winner of this map.
Yes, sir.
And so I like to see the transport heli used, but you kind of have to say, well, am I willing to put one of my players? I got 8 total that wants to be that mobile spawn, if you will, and do those back caps and get in there. Could be viable if there's just no way you're going to be able to capture B and C, rotate around. I mean, I mean, these teams know they can't get into an attrition fight. If they don't have a huge, flag cap advantage, every ticket's gonna count. And we'll be starting with 252 tickets. It's a 30-minute timer for the rounds. We will. Do you think we're going to get to that 30-minute mark, or I mean, is this going to be one of these where it's?
I think Zavod will be. It could get dragged out, but it is usually a map that's decided before the time runs out. I'm kind of glad that we don't get to see Parasol here, because I think both teams would put up too much of a fight and we'd be watching Parasol for an hour. I believe Zavod can be decided reasonably quickly. Once you get a good hold on those middle flags, and if your infantry knows where to protect the flags from, it's going to be a tough one to get back in there. I believe the server is filled. We might be starting.
All right, countdown time.
Wonderful. I believe a minute or two, and the round will finally start.
Yeah, we do a restart or two, and then get right into it. I'm glad to see this is going. And for those just joining us, this is Battlefield Conquest League, powered by Enter, and this is round 3. Is it round 3 or round 2? No, it's round 2, right?
It's round 3.
Round 3. Sorry, I'm mistaken. Round 3. This is Imagine versus Legacy. We got 2 maps lined up, and we're just getting started on the first one on Zavod. I'll be doing 2 rounds on here, take a little bit of break, and then we'll be going to Dawnbreaker. For those that are that don't know all the rules, we're going to have 1 main battle tank and 1 transport helo for each side. You can't take that mobile artillery. Don't do it. There's also a bunch of things that are banned from a kit perspective. We have you're not going to see the tugs or UCAVs or spawn beacons or many other kinds of kits that you perhaps may see in public servers here and there, but not here. And so there's going to be some interesting fights. I mean, a lot of these points are, or half of them rather, are around mostly are infantry focused, particularly like on the A point where you have a lot of buildings, and yeah, you can blow them up over time, but weeding them out could be tough. You really got to get your infantry in there in order to get that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I believe we are about to start. Is that? Yes. It's looking good. The teams are readying up, and we're about to get right in there.
Silk says from the chat that I Daskro, am admiring myself. I do try to look into the camera. I want to look into your eyes, and get that intimacy. This is an intimate game, guys. It's Zavod 311, Imagine versus Legacy, and we're about to get to it.
Yes, sir. I do have to clarify one thing. I said that if you ever get the chance, you should hop in Kazagi's tank. Hop back out as well. Don't be that guy. Don't just sit there. Enjoy it for a while. Enjoy it while it lasts. But he's a gentleman from Boston. You don't want to overstay your welcome. He can get a little rough and tough with you. So you hop in there. You enjoy it for a moment. And you keep that memory with you. You don't overstay your welcome. You hop back out. All right? Wonderful.
I feel like I met Kalzagi a few years back at maybe PAX Boston. I think that was Kendo, who I met. I don't think he plays Battlefield anymore. He's PUBG, but was on Check 6 years ago. But I'm mistaken. But we are about to go live soon. We're just waiting for the final word, and we will get going. How are we close? Are we close to this? All right. I think we're getting there.
Mm-hmm.
JNR23 says, imagine using UCAVs on this map. Or is that to say, imagine would have used UCAVs if given the opportunity?
Well, I have heard from various sources that Sunny might be particularly skilled in using the UCAV.
Oh, yeah?
but I can neither negate nor confirm that.
Now, Hunter, I mean, you're a vehicle guy. You know about helicopters. You've casted helicopter matches in the past. How similar or different are the skill sets on flying a UCAV versus a TV guided missile?
I do feel like well, the interesting thing is that a UCAV is more like a paper airplane compared
Okay.
to the TV missile, which is a missile. I do have to say that a UCAV against somebody that you're particularly good friends with is always a great BM. You know, you might join on the opposite team, and you see somebody that you particularly like, and you pull out the UCAV and you hit them out of nowhere. It gives a nice big explosion, and they get shot out of their helicopter. That's always great fun, but it's nothing that you can really compare. A TV missile has so much more impact, versatility, and range. Really, it can really catch you off guard. While a UCAV is a very slow-moving and loud piece of equipment.
That's most certainly the case. And I'll tell you, I remember in previous Battlefield matches on the 32 vs 32 side, when the DLC came out featuring propaganda, UCAV was also offered there in that DLC. We did a 30 vs 32 map, and we didn't ban UCAV, and it was just the sky was filled with UCAVs all the time, and it was just a matter of attrition of who could out UCAV each other. It was incredible to witness, but a bit silly, to be frank. But that's all right. That happens.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right.
All
So we're
right.
going live in just a bit. Now, do we know what sides they're going to be on? Do we know what sides Imagine versus Legacy are going to be on?
Imagine is going to start on the Russian side, and Imagine on Zavod, I believe, will be the United States. So I have to say, from my experience, the United States transport helicopter is a bit more maneuverable, but they're both great big targets. I really hope we get to see somebody with a SRA right at the start take out one of the helicopters. I would love that. That is always a very frustrating but epic start to a match like that.
All right. 10 seconds to go, and we're getting right into it. Oh, here we are.
There we go.
So again, Imagine's on RU, Legacy is on US. A little bit of high pings, but let's get right into it. At Knox.
Yep, in the gunner seat. We see rockets starting to fly in. Infantry already parachuting down on the roof. Imagine very quick with that first parachuter drop.
Indeed. Looking at is Ahib solo side gunning while flying the helicopter. Very impressive. You want to maximize the utility of your players.
Yes,
Why have
staying
gun?
back. Both helicopters staying very near their spawn.
Ooh, and Lucas trying to clear out some of the top players.
Yes, in an MRAP in the middle of the flag. So both teams got a middle flag. We already have a back cap going on. Lavo over here on Alpha, burning the flag. We see, I believe, Santa in the tank. Man Kalzagi trying to contest the flag. Now 2 people in that tank, stopping the burn, getting the flag back. Trying to weed them out, shooting the building, seeing what they can maybe fish for.
All makes sense, and there is some contesting on the B point, and the helicopters trying to fight each other out. Seeing what we got. Where's B gonna go? Is probably gonna go in their favor? It's starting to be capped by Legacy with 2 players and the live vehicle.
Maybe that was too much attention taken over to Alpha. No, we saw a rotation by Imagine onto Charlie across the roof, I would assume. Yes, they've got the roof spawns. They secured that right quick. And yeah, that's going to give them very easy rotations. I hope they keep a player on there. I think everybody just dropped. That might have been a mistake. I believe all of Imagine's players are now on the flag and dying. Oh,
Yeah,
no.
they're putting players on this, but they haven't graded out yet. And remember, everyone, the more players that each team has on, the less it's going to be moving back and forth. And so, if it's 4 versus 4 and they're all on that point, it's not going to do much out of it. You got to clear that out.
Sir, imagine with a big blunder here. They squad bomb Charlie. It is neutralized now. But are we going to be able to flip that flag in favor of Imagine? Kazagi in the tank.
Yeah, Kazagi doing some damage. And
Yes, sir.
but we're only about a 20 ticket difference. Or Legacy over Imagine. But boy, they are contesting these points and rotating. We'll be seeing perhaps both gimmies are flipped.
Yes. Sunny now cleared off Delta. No more Imagine players on there. 2 people of Legacy on Alpha against Vincera and Kazagi in the tank.
Oh yeah. And it looks like that, at least for Imagine, all running engineer. Already. I think it just shows how important these tanks are. It looks like MagpieMusic cleared out 1 and now is already rotating back to Charlie.
Yep. That Sunny with that distraction on Delta really gave Imagine the time that they needed to stabilize on the middle flags. Now taking full control, I believe. But we see Legacy's transport helicopter go up. Heave, I believe, still in the United States. No, in the Russian transport helicopter over there. Keeping it safe in their spawn, out of range of any nasty smalls. Now maybe dropping people on the roof.
Yeah, I like how Fejo's trying to use that side gun. He got a little bit of hits here and there, but is just trying to provide some additional cover for his dudes.
Yes, sir. The infantry fight on the middle flag seems to be raging intensely. It is now, again, a stalemate. We see both teams with one of the middle flags. Ooh, Noxby with the flank. Gets Douglas from behind. We see a couple of engineers over here on the Bravo flag.
And it's only a 12 ticket difference right now, more or less. Okay, maybe about 10. And so even these very small incremental flag caps that both teams are able to get, I mean, the margins are slim here. And so even losing 1 or 2 tickets just from trying to push or hold these points can most certainly tally up. Ooh, big drop, I imagine, on BC.
They really want that roof control back. Legacy had managed to get a couple of infantry players up on those roofs, but he, with the transport heli, quick to drop a bunch of his own infantry players on there, and I believe they made quick work of Legacy trying to jump down and defend their flags. We're staying in a stalemate. The tankers are looking what they can do. So far, Kazagi definitely more aggressive than Legacy's tanker, but they're both trying to help their infantry out on the middle flag. Hey, Loku killing Teryx.
Yeah.
That might open up a push on that front.
I mean, it looks like it was a 3-man push pushing on that Charlie point or to be Bravo point, and are they gonna get this or no?
Nickel
No?
wiping them out, and both middle flags go to Imagine. Impressive, great to see.
Yeah, and so it is. They're still down by 10 tickets, but I mean they do have that slow bleed. 3's not going to do a whole lot, but all it takes is a minute or so to even the odds. In fact, they are about even right now.
And Legacy now with a big push from the roof once again. I don't know if Imagine just doesn't want to keep the roof. They don't seem to be very keen on defending that, or maybe they just lost a very tough roof. Now back on the flag, contesting, barely stopping the burn, but not capping it back. Flag is neutralized.
It is, and Imagine is slowly getting it back on Charlie.
only 2 players alive right now for Legacy. They better come up with something quick, or they're gonna be losing tickets very fast right here. This could mean a 10, 20 ticket lead for Imagine very, very quickly.
Fejo is really going after that tank. Does get a disable, but this gets wiped out.
That was such an intense fight.
I mean, he did a lot more damage than I thought he would.
I have to say, I'm glad I saw Kalzagi come out of that on top against 2 or maybe 3 infantry players. He manages to barely survive, disabled, repairs his tank, and I was ready to get back into the action. But a big push on Bravo flag right here by Legacy.
It is. So Imagine's up by 20. Because that bleed's real, but Douglas and the rest of the Legacy team are pushing back on that point and are trying to gray it out. They got to do something, and they're going to go. Oh, it was unable to get the squad. Well, he got 1 squad revive in time, but I don't think that's going to be enough. I think that was an unsuccessful push on Bravo.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now we haven't seen. Now we saw some back capping at the very beginning of the round, but not so much right now. Is this just the helicopters keep each other in check, or?
Seems like it. I also haven't seen C4 quads yet. There's some very interesting hip fire by Jug.
Yeah, Jug. Way to go with the Python. I think it was with the Graza as well. Very cool. It was good to see that fight, but they're down blood pie. Now 40? Ooh.
Yeah, 50 tickets nearly. We're closing in now. They won't be able to stop that burn. They're fighting over that forest on Bravo. And, oh my god. Imagine now going in for the all cap. A lot of infantry on Delta.
Yeah, I mean, it does look like that they are going in for the all cap, and they are pushing hard. Now, Legacy is counter pushing on that Bravo point, and we will see. Well, I mean, Legacy is definitely going to get Bravo. They got a lot of players on it. Although, hey, Imagine's it's taking some kills on it, and I think if Kalzali can get his tank on that Bravo point, he may be able to save it, but he's got to get on there quickly. Legacy still defending that Bravo and trying to cap it, but they go down. I think that's a wipe. Ooh, this is huge for Imagine. I mean, they are about to cap. They had their 3 cap. They were contesting Delta. They kind of backed up on Delta and said, "Hey, I'll take it for what it is." And hey, 180 to 120 ticket lead. That is well worth it.
Yep, Legacy seems to have been able to stop that push on Delta. They secured that flag, but still not much progress on the middle flags. Now Bravo neutralized. In whose favor will that flag go? Imagine secured that, no problem.
Yeah, Legacy is still pushing on Charlie, but I'm unsure. Did they get some explosives on Loku's tank? Is that right?
It seems like it. Sunny was laying in a hole somewhere. I've heard he enjoys doing that. He's a very versatile player. Did a good 75 damage to that tank, and I believe I still see Imagine slams on the tank or under it.
Careful. Now I do see Legacy is using their helicopter to their advantage. They're putting folks on the roof and over.
That is a lot of well, the tank is moving, so I would say that is C4 on the Legacy tank. At least 4 pieces of it. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe that is a glitch with the spectator mode. I'm unsure. Maybe the tank has just not moved too fast. If you go very, very slowly, sometimes those slams don't explode.
Yeah, it's like it's a little peculiar.
I don't know what's gonna happen there. Maybe Legacy's tank will just spontaneously combust any minute now.
Maybe hit a bump. Unsure. Kalzagi trying to clear out on Alpha. He does take out not all of them. There's still more folks on.
There we go. They've spotted the sneaky explosives.
Oh no! Oh no! What's happening here? Is he in trouble?
Oh, a big infantry push again. Oh, Jug manages to win that 1v1.
Wow.
And the Magnum hipfire is with him today. This guy is on fire. He doesn't even need to aim down sights. Now getting flanked. Does he spot him? I think he hears him. Oh, and he's ready for it. Oh, but gets taken out by the tank.
Yeah, Kazagi did take their back cap, and Loku. Oh, Loku with a great helicopter hit. Ooh, that could be big. Oh no, I think they would recover just in the nick of time. But Loku, great shot there. That was very impressive. And so, boy, 1C7 to C3, 100 ticket lead for Imagine Open. Is that the helicopter going down? It may be. Did the helicopter explode though? I'm unsure.
Seems like it. He might have crashed into the building, trying to land the helicopter. He got hit for 70 damage, so
Uh-oh.
a good smack into the building there will definitely kill the heli.
Yeah. Imagine with a 3-ticket hold and contesting Delta. This is just putting pressure on them. Because if they can... And actually, no, wait. Legacy only has one player left on their gimme. This is not good. And it does look like... Wow. That was... who was that? That just got...
I believe that was Lucas. That was very quick.
Lucas. Yeah. Lucas holding that point up, but, I mean, this is bleeding fast.
Yep, that is an all cap with only 26, 25 tickets left now. They're going to really need to take those middle flags back in, both of them quickly. Not like that. That's not how that's going to work.
Kalzagi is just was looking at the right place and just annihilated them. Thunder trying hard, though. They're trying to push on a Charlie point. I think it's going to be too late, though. The lead is too big right now. 103 to 9 and counting down.
Yes, sir. And, oh, a nice ragdoll right there. Love seeing those. And the map is going in Imagine's favor. 163 to 0. That is tough. That is going to be very difficult to come back from. But I've seen worse. I've seen bigger comebacks. And as I imagined, Kalzagi in the tank, 22 and 0.
Kalzagi's got 9 ping? What is going on there?
He's a Boston gentleman.
It's a New York server. Oh, it makes sense, right?
Yes, sir.
And that can be, and every Battlefield game is different in how that operates, but it's one where ping can make a big difference.
Yes, it definitely can. I think it is relatively well balanced. I am not entirely sure, but I believe Kalzagi is the only American player on the server. So everybody else is playing with anywhere from 100 to 170 ping, I believe. I think they've got that figured out pretty good. Loku in the tank for Legacy also went 19 and 2. I believe one of those deaths was as infantry. I only saw his tank go down once that round. Played a lot more passive than Kalzagi, and I believe that was a big contributing factor in Imagine being able to hold those middle flags so well.
Yes, although I'll say watching Jug was awesome. I really enjoyed watching Jug from Imagine with that Graza and the 44 Magnum. That was really cool to see those hip-fire shots. Very impressive.
The man was on fire. The man was on fire. I have to say, I enjoy some luck. I do tend to say that luck is also a skill. The man had to be in the right place at the right time to be able to hit those shots. And it's going to hurt a little bit for Legacy's infantry players to watch this one back. But I believe both sides played great. Just Imagine, in the end, managed to get such a good hold on those middle flags, and they never stopped putting pressure on Legacy. So I hope Legacy is going to either come up with a bit of a better defense, or what I'd personally like to see is some more C4 quads, some more flanks, some bigger squad bombs on the back flags. I would really like to see that.
Yeah, I think they may have changed things up in order to. I mean, they have less than 100 tickets to deal with if they want to win this and take the map.
Yes,
that's not a lot. Like, it really isn't. And so Imagine could just play the attrition game and just erode them down where that, okay, you want to take that 3 cap. Well, I'm gonna take every ticket I can away from you when you go after it. And hey, they got 30 minutes And so if Imagine wants to play that game, that's fine. And if I was in it to win it, I'd play that tactic. It's not going to be particularly good to watch from a spectator standpoint, but it's completely viable. It's about weeding it down.
100%, and I believe Nickel is very well known for his wonderful ability of angle holding. The man has a kind of a stoic patience, and he's got very good aim. So if they set up their infantry defensively again and just hold those flags, dwindle those tickets down, just by respawns, they might be able to win this one. I mean, we saw a good 120 tickets go on both teams, I believe, just on respawns.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's going to be a very, very tough one for Legacy to bring back here.
Well, it looks like we're going live right now. Get right into it. And so we'll be switching up the sides and resetting all the terms, and be going to round 2 of Legacy versus Imagine. This is round 3 of Battlefield Conquest League, powered by Inner. Two impressive teams. Legacy, a South American powerhouse, and Imagine, boy, an all-star team of both U.S. and EU players. And so it's cool to see such a lineup take place. And we will also be going to Dawnbreaker thereafter this round, after a short break, of course, and go from there. Are we gonna? Here we are. Oh, we're going right into it. Okay, here we are.
There we are. Wonderful. All right, I believe the teams are taking a short moment for some tactics.
And while we wait for that to take place, I'm gonna just do a short bio break. I'll be right back.
I'm reading here in the chat, JJNR23 saying, this one's probably over. I wouldn't underestimate those South American players. I've seen some things. Man, I'm scarred for life, let me tell you. These people, they can bring this back. And I do believe in them. Brazil #1, my friend. I think we could be seeing some very, very interesting plays here. They need to give their tanker a bit more confidence. Calzaghe is just such a force to be reckoned with in that tank. Now going to be driving the United States tank, though, which is, let's say, big-boned, if you want to be nice. And I believe he's going to be struggling a bit more. He's not going to be quite that maneuverable. And hopefully Legacy is smart enough to give their tanker the opportunity to push up a little bit and use some of those openings that they can hopefully create by using some more mobility. I didn't see enough of that by Legacy on that round. Imagine some wonderful squad bombs, some great drops from the transport helicopter, but Legacy just couldn't follow up. They got roof control every now and then, but nothing too consistent, nothing explosive enough, nothing decisive enough. Imagine just had the pressure on, and I hope Legacy can answer with something here. So we get an exciting second round, and the countdown has started. Let's hope that both teams agree to go live. Yes, they have.
Oh,
wonderful.
they are.
Yes, sir. We are going live in 27 seconds.
And we do have, so again, it's RU Legacy in US, I imagine. But with the first round being very decisive for Imagine, 163-0, or not? That's right, and we got that on the screen as well.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of tickets to deal with, but we are going live. Here we go.
You see that transport helicopter quick start, and well, I really hope I said while you were taking a short break that I really hope. Yep, this is what I wanted to see. Legacy more aggressive now, trying to get that roof control quick. They're on there first. Keep an Imagine in their spawn so far with the transport helicopter. What happened over there? Oh, did he spawn in the wrong place, or
Oh,
did he
no.
crash the helicopter? I'm unsure.
Maybe.
Oh,
But-
poor Heeb.
Not good.
There we go. He's going up in the transport
he's
now.
gonna-
I believe he just misclicked the spawn. Now in a big disadvantage, but well, both middle flags to either team so far in a stalemate. Already getting Srod from the roof.
Yeah, that would be. I mean, he let that gravity take over for him. At the same time, we have.
This is what I meant. Nickel, very patient, very good at angle holding. Was waiting for a spawn on that quad, but I believe he got taken out right there. Yes, he did.
He did, but knowing those spawn locations can be all that you need to control that point.
Yes, sir. This is what I was talking about. Some more aggressive plays, and I really hope that Legacy gives their tanker the confidence that he needs here to take on Kazagi, pushing him back on his home flag. Now, definitely at the disadvantage, the Abrams a lot less maneuverable than most other tanks, and for that matter, vehicles in the game. It can really be a pain to drive that thing on Zavod. You're driving on dirt ground, which is easily turned into well, more akin to the surface of the moon, craters everywhere.
It's those little contours that can just change that aim just a bit. You really got to know that map well. Now, Imagine is taking on Alpha, and almost got given up on Bravo Charlie at the same time, but that's okay. The rotation.
Yes, sir. The middle flags now slowly going into the favor of Legacy. Yes, sir. Now, very dangerous for Legacy's tank Yoloku in Alpha flag, around it, trying to spot that infantry. Doesn't dare to go in alone so far. Has the transport heli above him, trying to spot any people getting off the flag. He minigunned one or two of them down just a minute ago. And I wonder if we see a little pinch maneuver from Imagine on the middle flags. They just got wiped on Bravo. Kazagi still very, very passive in the tank. Heeb and Nickel now in the helicopter, a very aggressive push. And they get hit by a SRA. This is what I wanted to see. Yes, sir. Both transport helis get hit by SRAs, but the Legacy transport just had that height advantage, shooting down on them with the miniguns, finishes the deal. See another SRA coming in, gets killed.
Very impressive. Again, that pinch is happening. We do see Legacy's Loku on that Alpha point, trying to clear it out, doing a little bit of repairing. This is a little concerning, especially given that he was taking a lot of damage, but does take out one. But does get taken out himself by Nickel.
Yep, that is that A flag secure for Imagine, and the tank down. And immediately we still see Kazagi push around the forest side on Bravo. I believe he's getting shot at, so far not taking a hit. Imagine now with pressure on the middle flags, and oh boy, that was a big mistake on Alpha right there. This could cost them. Now, Legacy's infantry, maybe they're going to be able to hold those middle flags.
That's fine, but that Charlie point is completely uncontested. They are rotating back to Charlie. Legacy is doing that. Imagine with two person push on that as well. I mean, Legacy trying to get hits on Kazagi, maybe. No. And so we do see Charlie being contested.
Not able to stop the burn yet.
Nope.
And Douglas, still alive, 3 HP.
Oh.
Taking a lone nap, I guess.
That's right. Yeah, that is indeed the case. Now, Delta is being contested at the same time. It looks like Imagine will take the Charlie point back, but Delta will go back to the Legacy. Is that maybe? Well, Imagine has their tank there, and so that maybe he's kind of going back and forth.
Oh, just barely. Okay, he got a spawn now in the tank. 2 people in the tank against
They know.
poor little infantry player in the train cart, and that is that. He didn't get the spawns that he needed. Oh, flag going back to Imagine. Oh,
Yeah,
but they completely left Alpha. They have completely left Alpha right here.
There is some good rotation here, and Legacy is up by 15. Legacy has what, 70 tickets to deal with if they want to win this map.
Sir, I can't. Right at the start of the game, Legacy seemed so confident. Now, I don't see it anymore. I saw a flame in their eyes as they started this map, but Imagine definitely put a stop to that very quickly. I hope that they can regain some of that confidence and make a push for that 3-flag hold, because they really need to lock this down very soon. If they try it when they have just a couple tickets left to go, it's not going to work out for them. They have to try to make the play right now and get control of those flags. And
Yeah.
you see them try to do it right now on the middle flags, but they've switched to the assault class. They are now running a lot of medics on those middle flags, but it's not.
And that's not a bad approach, because I mean, every team's going to count here, and so get the revives you can. That said, they're only up by what now, 16 or so, and further, Imagine is contesting the Bravo point.
Yes, sir.
I mean, this is going to be hard for Legacy to turn this around.
I believe now we're going. Yep, we're going into a 3-flag hold for Imagine, and we see only 2 people on Legacy pushing towards Delta. I would think they've been spotted by the transport helicopter. So far, Kazagi not aware of their presence, I believe. Oh, never mind. They have definitely been spotted.
Yeah, that happened. And Legacy, defend good hit against Jug, and also going for that helicopter hit. Ooh, is that a successful hit? Oh,
And that's that push. They again didn't get the spawns that they needed. I have to say, Legacy's infantry, their shot calling, perhaps their in-game lead, not decisive enough. They try to get a push here and there, but they don't have the commitment that we're seeing from Imagine here.
Yeah, and we do have that even tickets now at this point. It's a 2-ticket hold, or 2-point hold on each team. But I mean, I Imagine this is all they need to win this. Imagine they just gotta hold it.
Very interesting decision right there to parachute in like that, I would say. I do not know where this man came from, but well, Kazagi made quick work of him with the gunner seat in the tank. Oh no!
And a tank
We're
for
seeing
stick
a tank
action.
fight. Yes, sir.
Now, Loku doesn't have much health left. He's going to be in trouble.
That's that infantry support that I talked about right at the start. Now, if he gets one more hit, Kawasaki is going to be pushing. Is he going to get the final hit on him? Nope.
Oh!
There it is. That's what I meant. You get that infantry on the roof, you have the roof control, and man, the enemy tank is going to be struggling.
Yes. So that is, I mean, I think we're getting towards the end here, 190, 190. Again, if Legacy can't win it by 164, pardon me, it's done.
And, well, we see a huge push now on the middle flags. This looks a lot more decisive. Now, Lavo trying to be a one-man army running out in the middle of the street, getting gunned down by a tank. Kazagi committing war crimes, I believe. Just, yeah, that's it. I believe they can't. They'll be having a very tough time recovering from this. Oh boy, I was looking forward to that push until all of the infantry just decided to go off on their own. Now only their tanker has a spawn on the middle flags.
That's right, and Imagine also has a 1-player contesting Alpha point. So even if Legacy can get Bravo back, the bleed's still going to happen. In fact, Alpha goes neutral.
Yes, sir. That is it. You can already tell, unless they pull off a miracle here and none of Legacy's players die this whole match, this is going in Imagine's favor, I fear.
Yep. I mean, I think it is all but but decided, Imagine we'll take this map. And you may say, well, hey, they got another 11 tickets. Well, guys, come on, it's 178 versus 174. Attrition is a thing, and it's gonna be the end. But it was a good fought by Legacy in the grand scheme of things. But boy, I mean, Imagine just had some great imagery. They had Kalzagi really doing a good job in tank.
Yep. I do think the sole reason why Imagine won this one was their decisiveness. They wanted to push a flag and they were committed. None of their players went off on their own solo missions. Nobody tried to veer too much of course. They went for it. They put the pressure on there. Legacy tried to respond, and we saw a couple of pushes here and there by Legacy, but they just ended up falling apart very quickly. As soon as they met some of that pressure, especially on the middle flags, Legacy just couldn't hold up.
Yeah, and so and for AV8s, I mean, a lot of it has to do with, okay, a portion of my team is dead. Do I spawn in, quickly to try to rotate, or do I hold and wait until there's the right time for me to spawn in order to really get that decisive push to take the flags? We do see Heap from Imagine taking some damage, but he's
got hit by a straw. The next one barely missed. Are we gonna see another one? Are we gonna get to see another one? Not so far.
He's trying. He's looking for targets with that minigun.
Yes, sir. 3 flag hold now for Legacy. Both transport headies now half HP. Getting peppered by a little bit of cross-map minigun fire. But,
they're trying.
Oh boy. Definitely pushing Fejo into the defensive right here. Oh man. I think we could be seeing a hard push by Legacy here on the middle flags. Kazagi getting around the back of Legacy's tank here. Oh, and it is a back hit, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
That was quick work.
It was. Lots of damage.
So, but infantry making a big push. The transport heli.
Oh, big transportation fight.
Yep, try to win that fight. Getting minigun down. Is he going to be able to hit that straw?
Oh, that'd be so cool. We did. I don't think so. That's that was neat though. Well, and he is preparing himself. He's gonna get a success.
Oh boy.
He made it.
This man in his helicopters. Oh well, oh well. Wonderful to see him get out of that alive. And now on the middle flags.
Yeah, we see Imagine contesting all points now, including Legacy's gimme. Lucas from Legacy is trying to...
Only 7 bullets in the magazine. He managed to reload right there. A quick jump down, and oh, he gets Terex, but finally dies.
Afraid.
So, Lord's
so,
1 kill. Maybe another one?
Lord's getting close on it.
Oh, he gets pre-fired. Jug again with that hip fire, I believe. Just too strong.
Yes, I mean, Charlie will go in the favor of Imagine. Oh, no, Legacy's pushing back hard on it. They're throwing people's bodies at it. Does want to get taken out? Will it be 2? They are trying to. They're Nickel just annihilate 2 of them.
Yeah, I would like to see the scoreboard for a moment. If we could take a look at that, because just imagine with some patience on their infantry. Yep, Vencera on the top of the leaderboard right there, 24 and 18. Not a great KD, I have to say. Kalzagi in the tank again, 17 to 0.
Yeah.
Imagine really, I believe, just patient in this one. Last round, it was all down to Imagine putting that pressure on. They secured themselves those 163 tickets, and as you predicted, they're now relaxing on those tickets. They're really playing it safe, taking it easy, letting Legacy come to them, and letting Legacy make the mistakes. And a full hold for Imagine right here.
Yeah, that is the case, and I mean, this is going to be a quick conclusion if they can hold this just for a few moments longer. Yeah, Calzaghe has not died yet in this entire round. Now, you can always, if you're going up against a good tanker like that, you can always overcommit the engineers. But remember, Legacy switched a lot, more than half of their players to medic, and so they're not going to be able to really have that as much of an aggressive stance on Calzaghe. Now that means you can most certainly just try to be where Calzaghe's not. But
oh, you can try. This man is everywhere. I really have to say that is some incredible performance.
That is a full wipe, and they are and it looks like that Legacy is just saying, hey, we're done. And,
yep.
Hey, and that the thing is, like, I mean, let's not belabor this. I mean, if I was a team captain and I already knew that we lost, I'm not going to demoralize my team just by having them play it out if given the option. So now this is just all that foreign from the server. I mean, they're just letting the tickets go down as it is. But
and they're going down quickly with that 4-flag hold. I have to say, an incredible performance by Calzaghe in the tank. He took so much space for his team. It was very, very difficult for Legacy to get anywhere without being spotted by a tank or Heeb and the transport helicopter. Just relaxing, He was one to enjoy when his team does the work. I believe he's very proud of that, having his team to, one might say, carry him or have his back at all times. And I believe we are seeing a 42-0 in this entire match by Calzaghe.
Wow.
So,
incredible.
Good lord. Such a presence on Zavod. I mean, it is one of his... If it wasn't for the potholes and the craters in the ground after a little while, Zavod would most definitely be one of Calzaghe's top 3 maps. Yeah, that was a very, very decisive victory right there. Definitely, and big thanks to the transport heli and the tank on Imagine's side.
Yeah, that was an impressive victory for Imagine. That first round of getting that 163 tickets, like that is hard to recover from for Legacy. With only 202 tickets starting off the break, it's very hard. And so they gave it a good shot. They were a bit more aggressive, but they let Calzaghe really dominate the tanks, and that was challenging. I mean, with Calzaghe going 42-0, an impressive run for round 2.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I have to say, Imagine in the end, especially on the second half right here, had great support from the roofs. They really just waited it out, let Legacy come to them, and Legacy made the mistake. They became confident, more confident, which is what I wanted to see, but they also became more disorganized. They didn't have that kind of pinpoint accuracy that we really saw from Imagine in this match.
Most certainly. Well, it looks like we're going to go into a break for the next few moments as we switch maps on the server and go to Dawnbreaker. So we'll be taking a short break. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back for more Battlefield Conquest League action. Battlefield Conquest League action, pardon me.
Yes, sir. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the second map of today's BCL Summer Cup match, round 3, powered by Enter. We are watching Imagine against Legacy, the all-star European and American team on the side of Imagine, and a wonderful, pretty well-rounded lineup of South American talent on Legacy's side. And so far, we've played Zavod. And Dasko, do you wanna tell us how that went?
Yeah, I mean, Imagine was able to pull it through, winning both rounds, 163-0 on round 1, and round 2 was 139. So, a big, what's that? 190. 292-0, combined off of and so a very impressive run. Calzaghe just dominated in that tank, and then I'll also say, he keeping that helicopter up and providing that mobile spawn beacon most certainly would help as well. But new round, new map. We're on Dawnbreaker. And we're going to get right into it. So Dawnbreaker is one of the maps pitted up against China and the U.S. You got a 4 points, right?
5 points, actually.
5 points. Excuse me. I'm a little rusty. But we do have a attack helicopter on each side. We do have mobile AA on each side. So we'll see some very interesting dynamics in that respect. We will see some of the MRAPs driving around as well, and so I'm excited about this. This is a fun map. You have some points that are very open, others not so much. You got your gimmies like the bus station that we see here for one side. You have the government building, not really a gimme, it's a point of contention with a lot of infantry locations, but vehicles have some good engagement spots in there as well. You have that flag of Charlie, which is the bridge flag, and as well as our hospital flag. And these were the again, lots of infantry locations to hold into, but boy, the vehicles can really get good shots on here if they place their positions well. And lastly, Embassy's the gimme flag for the other side. And Embassy and the adjacent buildings do provide a good location to put personnel to jump from one point to another because that vertical advantage. And that's that's Dawnbreaker, at the heart of it.
Yep. I'm very much looking forward to the dynamic of the mobile AA against the attack helicopter, because it's something that we haven't seen before. That is one of the additions to this season of BCL that I am most excited about, is that this map now gets the mobile AA as defense against the usually extremely oppressive attack helicopter. Well, I have to say, I am scared for Legacy because Calzaghe in an AA, I mean, the man is a force to be reckoned with in a tank. Now, give him something that's even better at killing infantry and air vehicles. Oh boy, you're in trouble. The only down point to this map, no gunners with Soulflam because only one seat in the AA. So we're gonna have to see how they deal with that. The attack heli crews both seem incredibly competent. I've seen great stuff from both the attack heli crews on Imagine and Legacy, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing some very cool TVs, maybe some incredibly skilled or lucky Taos, and the vehicle dynamic definitely a deciding point on this map. This one's going to be very difficult to decide with infantry, and I'm excited about it.
I am as well. It's going to be an interesting dynamic. Lots of options with the vehicle play, particularly using that attack helicopter, both in the offensive as well as kind of a spawn location. And so we'll be starting in just a few moments. Here we go.
Both teams are readied up, and we've got 10 seconds to go. Imagine right here, starting on the China side, the helicopter a bit more chunky, but the mobile AA a bit more maneuverable as far as I know. Definitely the more difficult side to start on. And Sunny with the TV, this man, oh, he's going for a quad bike, and that is that. Either their Echo or Bravo push is gone. Yes, we can see the quad going to Delta. Maybe he's going to keep driving towards Echo. But Legacy is going to have to see how they cap Bravo. They sent their AA over there. That might put their helicopter at a disadvantage here. If Imagine decides to push over the water side with their helicopter outside of Delta, Legacy's AA won't have an angle on it.
That's right. And so Imagine does take a 3-cap hold on this, but Delta is being contested by Legacy. Yeah, he really does. I mean, but we do see that Imagine's helo is just kind of hanging out near hospital.
Oh,
almost
Lord,
almost got him.
That was a nice shot. Heeb definitely a little scared, it seems, in that attack helicopter. So far, a 3-flag hold for Imagine. That Delta flag turning a little. 2v2 on the infantry now on Delta, but Kazagi in the AA under that nice and tall building. Some people call it hotel. That is usually my preference. Some people call it Kappa roof for some reason. That very, very tall building that you can see the AA drive in and out of right now between Echo and Delta. He's just keeping that safe, watching the flank from Bravo over to Echo, and picking off the infantry inside Delta. Legacy doesn't seem to be able to push that.
Yeah, look at it. Sunny's TV guided. Is he going to go for the helicopter?
Oh boy.
Oh. Intense.
Yep.
Intense. Now we're looking at Sholey. Maybe will Sholey be responding in kind? Throwing a missile. Oh, here it goes. Here's that missile. Are we going to get a good missile here? Oh, misses it. A little, not enough. Too sharp of a turn.
Yep, he definitely had the right thought there. We see a little bit of an infantry push coming out on Bravo here. Kazagi in the AA trying to spot things. He had to use his active protection, so and now that his infantry seems to be struggling, he should be backing up. Only 15 HP on both of the soldiers right there, but they do jump on the burn. Kazagi pushing up in the AA now. This is going to put Legacy's heli in trouble.
Yeah.
If he manages to put pressure on there.
Oh, Noxby just catches Loku at the most opportune time.
He's got that.
This could be a big deal for Imagine if they can get this Bravo point and hold their points. I mean, a 4-cap hold is enviable.
Yep. Yeah, again, Legacy struggling with that decisiveness. It is Heeb and especially Sunny in the attack helicopter. I mean, Sunny is incredible. Dalton Freak is his biggest fan, and man, if you've got Dalton's respect, you've most definitely earned it. Sunny is an incredible player, and I would be scared of him in the attack heli too. Now, the AA on Alpha putting on big pressure on the attack helicopter. Legacy's gonna have to make a decision here. They either have to go for a big push or hit that lucky TV, hit that lucky town.
And like Legacy is pushing one to Delta, maybe. Oh, but Heeb is gonna say hello. Heeb may have this great shot. Although we're going to Sunny, who's the gunner. Oh, and he sees him. Oh, takes out Thunderbolt or Thunder from Legacy.
Also an infantry push on Alpha right now by Imagine. I believe Legacy was able to defend there. They still have squad spawns on Delta. No, Imagine turning Alpha in their favor. Oh boy, I have to give it to Imagine here. Already a 220 ticket lead, 230 tickets now.
If Beho can maneuver, he does take out Noxp, does see a few others and is engaging. I mean, if he can just kill maybe one more and support his infantry push on this, I think it may be enough. Oh, maybe. Oh, they're repairing. It looks like. But that can be dangerous, even just for a little bit. Look at Heap's perspective now. really
Yes,
just
sir.
moving around.
They had to back up all the way to spawn, but now flipping Delta in their favor. Bravo and Delta now for Legacy.
Oh, a little bit of overkill there, but looking at Kalzagi's perspective, trying to clear out portions of Delta and getting some hits on it. It's 234 to 79. I mean, this is, imagine just really taking advantage of this bleed.
It's just that incredible pressure that Kalzagi is putting on. He is really putting on a performance. The heli teams are keeping each other in check. Sunny's getting very, very close with those TVs. Same with Sholey, but neither team wants to take that risk. And I mean, if I was Hebe and Sunny in the Tech Elite, I'd relax too. I've got Kalzagi in my AA. Legacy is scared of him. You can clearly see it in the way they play. Their infantry tries to push a flag, they see an AA, either they're dead or they're running. And so far, it's not looking great for Legacy. There again, Jug with that MTAR, I believe, with a silencer on it. Goes down through the smoke.
Yeah, I mean, both helicopter teams are being cautious. We haven't seen. I mean, it's high risk, high reward. If you want to go after any helicopter and take it down, it is decisive. However, I mean, it is. If you are in the wrong place and mobile AA has a line of sight, you're in real trouble.
Yep. But it is too late at this point for Legacy to make that decision, which is again what they struggled with on Zavod. Just making that decision. They're playing well, they're just not making the same decisions as quickly as Imagine is making them. They have Kalzagi put pressure on right at the time when their infantry tries to push up, and Legacy now struggling to hold Alpha, taking Echo.
Well, they're trying, and so Alpha may go is staying in their favor, although it's being contested. Echo, which is Imagine's gimme, like this is a first. It's good to see that take place. They got a bleed now.
They have the bleed. 34 tickets left. That is a lot on Dawnbreaker. I do have to say it isn't easy for the vehicles to kill players if they watch out a little bit. As you can see, Kalzagi gets a little too confident, and that AA, once you get mobility hit, I do believe he has. Yep. He goes down right there, and that's that for Imagine, I believe. This is going to get very difficult. I believe even Sunny won the Tekeli fight. Now trying to see what infantry they can clear out. They're going for the AA, and both AAs now down. It is only the Tekeli up, and Legacy definitely lost that Echo flag. The burn is gone. They try to get to Charlie. Oh!
Yeah, with both mobile AA down, I mean, it really behooves Speed to start dropping people down on the flags and just causing some more some more friction. Charlie also being engaged as well. Charlie trying to get the Charlie point back, but and pre-firing where he can.
Doesn't actually know where the enemy is, I believe. There we go. I mean, it was a great push by Legacy, but then they decided to rotate to Charlie as their AA went down, and well, they made the decision finally with 50 tickets left, but then they made the wrong decision. Very unfortunate. I feel for my South American brothers. I really hope that they could pull it out, but that pressure, Sunny and Kalzagi just can't do much.
Yeah, it could be quite difficult, and I think that Legacy did have some good rotations there, particularly as they took Imagine's gimme, but yeah, it's hard to hold that kind of position, particularly when almost all but one of the vehicles are down.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. As I said at the beginning of the game, China side is the more difficult one to play on this map. So it's really not looking good for Legacy. I had hoped that they would be able to come up with something, but they're just indecisive. They don't have that energy and that focus that Imagine has. maybe to Imagine's credit, they do have a lot of German talent on their team, and well, they're known to be efficient and quick as they try to win a fight like this. So, well, unfortunate. I have to say, I was very much hoping for maybe the newcomers of the South American scene to put on a bit more of a fight, but they might just be lacking the experience.
I mean, I think when you looked at the end scores, I mean, yes, Imagine did it did have a better KDR, but but Legacy wasn't that behind. All it takes is a few decisive fights on some of these points to really to make that kind of result. And so I think Legacy still put up a good fight here, and I hope to see perhaps a comeback here. Now, everyone, I mean, it's 2v2 starting tickets on this, I believe. Is that right? And so this is going to be a comeback to remember if it happens.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we're going live very, very soon with the next round. I would love me a good comeback, but it's going to be a very, very tough fight. I would love to see some confidence from that Legacy Attack Helicopter team. I myself, when I do play the Attack Heli, I like to YOLO it to the demise of my team often. We've got 5 seconds remaining here on the countdown. And I really hope I see some confidence coming in from Legacy here. I've been missing it the whole game, but
we get some TV guys. Here we go. We got Sholey.
He's going for the Attack Heli, and nothing to be seen.
Nothing. Now we're going to Heeb. Let's see what we got.
Show me a towel or something. Come on. I want some confidence.
Come on, Sonny. We're gonna see a fight here, maybe. I don't know. Ooh, I don't know if this is gonna happen. Whoa. That was a good shot.
The 5v5 player dying to a rocket launcher probably hurt a little bit deep down in the soul. A little bit of some emotions going on probably, but I have to say Vincera last round performed incredibly well. A very, very patient player on the infantry, very smart. So far, 3 flag hold for Imagine. We're seeing a bit more of an intense heli fight right here. I'm gonna try to keep one eye on the flag count. Maybe we can spectate this helicopter fight for a little while. They're definitely, well, maybe Imagine just with a bit more of a different approach, going very far to the outside of the Bravo flag. And I hope that I can get to see some more confidence in that Legacy Attack Helicopter, and that is an incredible hit. I was looking forward to that. That must have been totally unexpected. Now I want to see this push. They're so Sunny and Heeb so far on the outside there. They have no AA support. Legacy needs to make a push for it, but they're not. They're taking C now, so they can play it safe, but their AA is in trouble. Getting pushed by infantry right now. I believe their AA went down. Yes. Both AAs seem to be down at the moment. No, he repaired his AA. He barely got...
It is back, and so, I mean, this is slightly better for but Choli's in trouble. Did Choli go down?
I believe they got hit by a TV, and the gunner must have gotten shot out, which is usually the person running the fire extinguisher.
But Legacy still has their mobile AA up. Doing mostly infantry, takes out Knox P. But it looks like there is some contesting going on the Charlie Point. Although is Loku's impact here? Is he gonna? Oh, no one's on Charlie Point right now. No one's on it. In fact, Legacy also pushed out at the same time. This could be a good turnaround here. This could be it. Now they only got 15 tickets to play around with, so it's still a long shot, but.
Well, this needs to happen pretty damn quickly, and well, that P90 spray went literally nowhere. Jug with the hip fire this time on a
Yeah.
straw does
Doesn't
secure the
get-
kill.
Doesn't get it.
And
get it.
dies in the process, but now the flags all contested. And then Sarah right here, the ace 23,
Oh.
calm and collected.
Oh.
Ooh.
And Sarah
Does he
gets
get the other
out.
one? Oh, what is that? 20 HP on
That was
Terex.
close. That was close. But we are. It's 198 to 210. Lots of flags in contest right now.
Jug again. A hipfire master in this match today. Oh, what a
Wow.
move! Good lord. I have to say, I do enjoy seeing that. I don't enjoy when that happens to me in a game, but I love seeing it. That was some nice movement. You gotta give it to the guy. The reaction speed on that. And then he hits a nice little mid-air jiggle and just dances. He out-danced him. Great to see.
He did. He did. And so looking at Sholey right now, jumping in on Bravo. They do have the bleed in their favor, but it's getting towards the end, everyone. Legacy has 204 tickets.
And
And that's it. Is that right? That's right.
I believe one ticket. Yep, that's it. That's the map draw right now, and there we go. The map is on tickets. Going to be decided for Imagine, I fear. Unless Legacy manages to... Nope, they spawned in. Okay.
Yeah, that's the end of it. Now, they can play it out. We may see that, or they may just say GG's and be done with it. We'll see. But this means that today, round 3 for this match goes to Imagine.
Yep. And I have to say, still, that pressure on the vehicles. Sunny as a gunner, an incredible player. And Kazagi in that mobile AA, just so incredibly difficult to deal with. He seems to have a little bit of the jitters, most likely down to his internet,
Maybe.
but maybe a little too excited about this victory right here. We'll see. He definitely had a very relaxed game here, I have to say. His team's performance once more, just an easy ride, you know. And as a team captain, that's always great to see. You don't have to do much when your team's just this good.
Yeah, and playing together for a long time certainly helps as well. Good communication, being able to squad hop where needed. And but hey, playing with the same people over the years, you get to learn how they operate, and that most really was flooded here with Imagine in this respect as well.
Yes, sir. Now a 3 flag hold for Imagine. Both attackers back again in the same spot. And now I am mildly infuriated, I would say, that Legacy's attack helicopter team is still not confident enough for a push. I just want to see them fight it out. Imagine's Attackity has no chance of support back there, and I do believe that they are evenly matched. And now taking out the that is
Oh
it.
yeah.
Just Legacy's Attackity team. Well, Sunny's reputation does precede him. That is for sure. People at this point know that you don't mess with Sunny. He will wreck you if you're not careful. But gotta take a chance sometime. Legacy definitely played it way too safe on Dawnbreaker right here. At least the Attackity team. No, a 3 flag hold. Echo flag is burning for Legacy.
And Legacy's still fighting here. Now, that said, Imagine's about to. Well, they may get their Echo. They may get Echo, maybe. Although it's 2v1 on Echo. They're gonna get Charlie though.
Yup. I mean, we have the Legacy AA up again on Charlie, I believe. 2 infantries. No, it was just infantry players. Technically can't really do much about it. They're just keeping each other in check. Still, taking it easy.
I was mistaken, actually. Imagine did it. Is going to take Echo. I mean, did a 2-spawner on it, and is taking it back decisively. They now have a 4-cap hold, and the may end quickly.
Yep, this is looking very tough. I wonder if Loku knows that there are 3 people on that flag. He's pushing with some confidence right here. I don't know if they are engineers or support. Is he going to get strawed in the bum any moment? No. Nobody's getting zoomed by Heap in the Technicopter. Running a little strafe on him. Now scared of that incoming TV.
Backing up.
Yes,
Backing
sir.
up.
Oh, we're seeing Fail switch positions here. Going for a bit more of an overlook of Alpha and Echo. Yes, but 2 infantry players both go down. Gunner making quick work of him. Now, oh, you see Heap. Is he going sneaky beaky? No, they have
maybe.
spotted him. They have spotted him. Now, this is what I like to see. Was that a TV bug or a hit on Shorty's part? Is that an ECM sneak push coming in? It is. Oh, Heap with the dodge. Gunner missing, disabled. Now is he going to seat switch? Yes. Sunny with the fire extinguisher. Oh no! Legacy's attack team messed it up completely. What a save by Sunny. Man, this Heap guy doesn't even need to be in the helicopter and he wins the game. Sunny, such an amazing play. What a wonderful seat switch. I love seeing that. I feel so sorry for Legacy. They finally get that confidence, but that is one tip for Tech Eddies. If you go up against a good pilot, never give up the high ground advantage.
No.
Legacy was above them. All Legacy's pilot needed to do was hover above Heap. He was dead. The gunner can do 120 damage with one magazine of 25s. He just needed to sit still, right above him. Heap had no chance, but they screwed it up.
That was very impressive by Heap and Sunny, though. Great seat switch, great use. I mean, like that is, you see that when you have 2 players that know the drill.
Yep, a great play by Sunny right there, and you know, I had taken a break from the game for a while, and as I came back, one of my very good friends, Dalton Freak, he had caught me back up with what's going on in the game, and he is clearly simping for Sunny. And the more and more I see of this player, I just have to agree. What a wonderful play. I really enjoy seeing that. I love doing that myself, just the dodge back under the enemy attack helicopter and then coming out on top of them. Just so satisfying to see. And I believe Legacy now only playing with 7 players. I wonder if their attack Eddy pilot is taking a little break. Oh, yes, he did, and he is back on the server.
He's back. There was no raging. So. Connectivity issue, I imagine, but with 23 tickets remaining, this is going to be done in just a few moments. But wow, I'm glad to see that they played on, because that Heap Sunny seat switch combo was impressive, very impressive.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, as we kind of wind this down, we will be talking about the conclusions of this much larger match. We are done 126-0. That provides Imagine with 327-0 for the points on this map.
Yes, sir. And well, that was wonderful to see both Sunny and Kazagi with that pressure in both the vehicles. Oh man, it was wonderful to look at. I really have to say, I enjoyed that thoroughly, and that little seat switch at the end. As a technically pilot, I do enjoy casually flying with Dalton Freak every now and then. When we do some shenanigans like that, it's just I had such a wonderful experience. I can imagine the giggles that were had on Discord when that happened, and oh, sorry to Legacy. Their pilot maybe he thought he could finish the kill as he dove down on them, but he lost that high ground advantage, and man, that was that.
It was indeed. And so congrats to both teams for getting this far. Big congrats to Imagine as they move on to the next round. This was the first match of round 3. We have a bunch of other matches also taking place today, and we'll be seeing those results soon. I don't know if it's going to be on this cast or not.
I believe some of them are still going on. I'm unsure about which one's finished. We're gonna have to relay with the Dalton Freak right there. I wonder if he has any info for us. I'm going to take a look. Seems like all matches are still underway. Imagine made swift work of Legacy today. They did play maps that usually do not take that long to play. And well, if anybody in the stream is interested in the results of any of the other matches, you type Twitter into the stream chat, !Twitter, and you follow those links, and you're gonna get to see the results and the lineup for the next matches. Yes, that's cool.
Oh yeah, so we're gonna have a special guest jumping on from Imagine. Is that right? Is that we got some from Imagine jumping on? Who is it from Imagine, Hunter? Do you know?
Vencera, I believe.
Oh.
A fellow German, a well-respected and well-renowned individual in the competitive scene, who had a surprisingly good performance as infantry on Dawnbreaker. I didn't quite see what he was up to on the second half right here, which was mostly dominated by the AA and the Tech Heli Gunner. But definitely the first round, he played it calm. He played it nice. I think he went 9-1, 10-1, something like that, and just a very consistent player so far. He's definitely old school, which I enjoy. Nowadays we have a lot of these Zoomer kids, locker warlords, as we like to call
Locker
them,
warlords
jumping around corners at any opportunity they get. They know nothing but the spacebar. Vencera definitely a lot more calm and collected, and I enjoy just seeing that well calculated mechanical skill, I would call it. So I'm looking forward to that interview.
Yeah, is he coming on right now, or are we still waiting him to join on up? We got a. Oh, he's still a few moments away, but that is. We'll just wait until he comes about. It looks like he's joined with us right now. Hello, Vencera.
Hello there.
Oh, we are waiting for him to jump on. We hear him, but you guys can't hear him, so we gotta wait. Unfortunately, one of the cool things that I like about what you guys are doing for Battlefield Conquest League and powered by Inter is using OBS Ninja for all of this. It's much more streamlined compared to all the orchestration of how it used to be. So cool stuff on that. And while we are talking about this, big ups to Captain Obvious for being the spectator for us for this these last 4 rounds, and to Patty as well as doing the event orchestration. And of course, kudos to you, Hunter.
Well, thank you very much. Well, on that note, if anybody wants to follow Das Crew or even me, I don't know why you would do that. I just post bullshit on my Twitter. Type !Casters in the chat, and you're gonna get a link to Das Crew's and my Twitter, I believe. And yeah, it was a wonderful experience being here, and I think we have Vencera figuring out his webcam and the audio right now. So he'll be joining us any moment now. I do have to say, a very exciting, sadly a bit short-lived match right here. Imagine against Legacy, but a lot of GGs I saw in the chat. People, my friend, I'm terribly sorry that it had to end so soon, but I believe they will get another chance. As far as I know, we're only in round 3 of the season, so there's still a long ways to go, and I'm looking forward to seeing what all the results of the other matches are tonight. As I said, follow that BCL and enter Twitter, linked in the chat right now, thanks to AJD, and you're going to be updated on those results as well.
That's right. So do we have Vencera yet? I'm waiting to hear. looks like we're getting close. Oh, he's jumping on. We're getting real close, everyone, to hear from Vincera from Team Imagine.
There we go. Great to see your beautiful face. How was that? How did it feel? Especially Zavod, I would like to know.
Yeah, Savard was kind of tough. We actually lost against them the last match that we played on level GT, so we had some stuff to figure out, but we practiced a lot for it. We put up our A game basically, and we won a lot more on the infantry fights. Like Kalsagi did the things, we covered him with the tank, we had the roost control, we had the heli up, so it all went pretty well according to plan.
Yeah, I have to say I was very impressed with the decisiveness of your guys' pushes. That was the one thing that I saw time and time again. Legacy struggle with against you. If you wanted to push a flag, you had the squad bomb on the heli, you had the roof control, you had Santa drop people off on the back flags, and Legacy just couldn't hold up to that. How did it feel being in the game? Because I saw some moments got very chaotic.
That's true, yeah. I mean, Savard is always pretty chaotic, and you need to handle it. Obviously, when you have the heli up, you always have opportunities to get back in the game, land on the roofs and stuff like that. But I think we had pretty good team play too. We stayed alive, we didn't get wiped, and that's why we could always come back and attack the next flag.
Yeah, definitely looked great. Daskro, you got anything?
No, it was very impressive. Now, I will say for round 2 of Zaba, you didn't fundamentally change up your squad composition as it relates to roles. It looked like you were fairly consistent on with the engineering mix. Is that fair to say?
Yes, for sure. I mean, we have different roles in the team. That is depending basically who plays the back flag, who plays the middle, and then we switch around like whatever is necessary. So really, like in case, for example, we need to get dropped by Santa from the tank, Kalsagi, then we need to just like switch squads, hop on there, basically get out, switch squads back, and provide the spawns for the rest of the teammates. Yeah, pretty normal.
That certainly sounds like the case. And then let's talk about what went on Dawnbreaker. I mean, it felt like there were a few times in which your mobile AA and their mobile AA was down, but you guys were able to keep a dominant position on that regardless. What do you think was the biggest contribution to that? Was it Hebe and Sunny, or was it the ground crew? Tell me what you think.
I mean, in the end, it's always gonna be a composition of every single role, but of course, like Dawnbreaker, the biggest role is the heli. And our heli crew did a phenomenal job on Dawnbreaker. We locked them down right from the start. Basically, we hold all the sides, and they couldn't really do anything. And we pressured them well, and especially like first round, they had no real chance to get back in the game.
No, and on that first round, I mean, how did you guys feel when that TV guide missile hit? I mean, it seemed like it was a big deal.
I mean, TVs are like that one part of the game that can really make the difference. Like one good TV hit, a missile hit, and the whole map can basically flip around. So that's like hugely important.
What I'm really interested in is what did it sound like on Discord when Hebe and Sunny got into that Attackily fight, the second round, the last Attackily fight, where it seemed like Legacy's Attackily pilot might have had some connectivity issues right after. Was that exciting at all to them, or was that just business as usual?
Business as usual. Like, even though this is a match, of course, you still need to keep the comms clean. There's some excitement, but at that point, basically, we knew we had already won the game pretty much. But it was just like the typical, like, heli down, heli down.
Yeah, wonderful.
All cool and composed. That goes a long way. I mean, because that takes discipline. I know it's easy to get excited, but being able to execute well like that, is good on both when you know you won or when perhaps you're not so certain. So, Vincera, big congrats on the win here. Any shout outs? Any kudos that you want to give to anyone?
I mean, obviously, to my whole team, this is a team game after all, and we all played well, we all did our job, and no matter what the scoreboard might say, like whoever might be on the bottom of the scoreboard, we did our role that was supposed to be done, and of course, you're going to have your fraggers who get more kills, but everyone contributed, and it's a team win. That's what counts.
Wonderful.
Indeed, well
Good
said.
to hear.
All right, any more questions for me then?
Mm,
I'm good on
I
my end.
I
You
think
know,
that would be it for me. Anything you want to tell us about? Anything exciting happened during the rounds? Anything you and your team especially enjoyed? Is there any fun moments? Anything out of the ordinary? Anything unexpected happen?
I mean, anything can happen in Battlefield, huh? But no, it was pretty usual. We had our lead. We played well together in team play wise, so we did not actually like rely that much on clutch plays, even though we had them. We always had an opportunity to get back in the game.
there were clutch plays there.
Yeah, of course there were some clutch plays, but in the way when you play together with the team, it's not that important that you get the clutches because you can always fall back on other things than that. But alright.
Hunter, maybe it was an understatement there, but Hunter, I'll say it was a good cast regardless. So it was.
Alright, I'm happy.
That incredible 2v2 fight that Sunny and
Yeah,
Heap had
it was.
against.
Well, it was
the
a catch play,
Brazilian
so it
players.
almost was a bit dismissive of like, oh yeah, that happened.
I mean, you need to understand if you play like on the highest level, like we are right now, like on the highest level, like in the European scene and like America. So there aren't that many teams, basically, that many players that compete with it. Like I don't know what you've seen in the Heli, but I'm pretty sure it's business as usual for our Heli crew.
Having cast Battlefield 4 games for many years, I'll tell you, like you are right.
Okay.
Well, Hunter maybe needs to take a moment to get composed.
Yeah.
But Vincera, very well played, a great set of matches, and best of luck as you go forward into this tournament, and hope to see more from you and Imagine in the future.
Thank you. Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we will wrap this up. And as Hunter composed himself, I want to give a big shout out to Hunter for casting this 4 rounds with me. Big ups to both Legacy and Imagine for duking it out. Battlefield Conquest League, powered by, excuse me, powered by Inter. So check it out on our Twitter feed as well. You can check it out on the stream. As well, twitch.tv/EnterGG, twitter.com/EnterGG as well. I'm Daskro. You can find me at twitter.com/Daskro. Really Daskro anywhere for that matter. Thanks, Chad, for the lively conversation as always. And stay tuned for more BCL action in the future. Thanks for having me, everyone. You guys take care. Bye-bye.